much open. Are we going to get the 5 melee heroes
10
draft?
seconds remaining.
One can only hope.
5 seconds remaining.
So, they've got one more ban here. You would imagine they want a position 5. So, is like Oracle still in the pool? Yeah, how's Oracle made it all the way through?
Yeah, he's just chilling. He's just chilling. And in the back line to the back of the room, just like hiding.
It's not great against Silencer. They might want something like a little bit more lane focused as well. Like Disruptor's pretty good. Like Wyvern's pretty good as well. Up against this Wisp. If they want like split push or wave clear, they could just pick Jakiro. Up to them. I've got that bug at the moment on my screen where the die heroes are moving at the bottom. All the Radiant heroes are like playing statues where they will just stand still. It's really great.
Yeah, it's usually when you go into the options, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks, Gaben.
Yeah, that one can use fixed.
I'm
Are
sure.
you bored of Ember yet, by the way?
Ember, yeah. I mean, it's a really fun hero to watch, right? So there were some heroes like Drow where she was really boring to watch and she was getting picked all the time. So that was really annoying. But like Ember is a little bit better to deal with, I think. I can't wait for that hero to get a nerf before TI. Everyone's like, oh, what do we pick now?
A lot of teams just picking up straight off as a flex pick and such.
They need to nerf the axe still as well, I think.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, so quite a lot of reserve time used actually by both teams, to be honest. FlyToMoon down to 18 seconds, Gambit down to 1 minute.
Yeah, but they've got like no picks left, right? Like they've got a ban and a pick left. So they can use all the reserve time in the world here. Well, obviously not all the reserve time, but you know what I mean. I still think they're going to pick their 5 and just put the Sven as the 1. I'd be very surprised if FNG ended up playing Sven.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like an FNG hero, won't they?
They did ban the Disruptor though, one of the ones that I suggested.
Cool.
What do they need on FlyToMoon? Do you reckon they play? You would imagine they need some kind of like offlaner, right? So, would you? I don't know. It's a difficult one. They ban Batrider. I mean, Batrider's a really good ban here, actually, up against the 4 melee heroes. They don't really have that good hero against the Batrider in the lane either. They would have had to pick one here, just in case. So they just ban it out instead. Do you reckon they go like? I'm going to go with Jakiro or Wyvern, my two.
Jakiro or Wyvern? Yeah, both seem pretty good. Very nice versatile. Witch Doctor is a possibility as well.
Witch Doctor, yeah. It's really difficult to play these defensive heroes like Wyvern, though, against Global Silence.
Radiant team
pick.
It's the Jakiro. Well done.
I love this hero.
FlyToMoon. Let's tie it up with an easy prediction for FlyToMoon. What do they? Well, that could be hard because we don't know where the IO is going. I'm just going to assume the IO is mid, Silencer 5, Spirit Breaker 4, and they're going to get an offlaner who is going to be Doom.
Tide or Doom, I think, yeah. The two are really good. I think Brewmaster's okay as well, but it's not great.
5 seconds remaining.
I love playing Brew into Darkseer, though. He's, Doom and Brew, very good versus Darkseer. Brew can just purge off all these Crimson Guards or Pipes, whatever the Darkseer wants to throw down.
Even the Iron Shells as well.
Yeah.
Urges. It's really good.
Oh,
there it is. That tanky offlane strength hero that we expected.
Demon from Hell Enchantress. Okay.
Oh, it's always one of Iceberg playing the Silencer. I'm so excited.
I mean, I'm disappointed. I want to see Iceberg IO. I haven't seen a competitive mid IO yet, but there we go. Always want to fly IO. No, most people would have expected it, but I'm going to sleep now.
I mean, this Ent should have a really good time at the start of the game, though. Like, the Dispel is really good. You talked about it being good on the Brewmaster.
Yeah.
Like, it takes off Flame Guard, it takes off any of the Darkseer's things.
Take off Iron Shell?
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good question then. Do they put the Ent in a 1v1 against the Darkseer? I would imagine not. I feel like that sounds pretty stupid. I think you want to put the Ench up against the Sven in the lane if you can. Build a Blightstone first. Just chunk away at that big sworded man. That sounds a bit weird, but
You do you. No one's judging here. Alrighty, let's get into these lanes though. So Silencer versus Ember Spirit at mid feels like it should be a bit of a run over for the Silencer, right?
yeah, the Silencer should do well. But Ember, Ember always gets some farm. He'll be okay. And we've seen that even if heroes like Ember and Monkey King, if they have a bad time in the lane, they just run around the map and kill people instead. Look at that, dude.
Flag
14 and
6. Same as my Earth Shaker, actually. Not anymore, actually.
Here's one of my favorite heroes. Love the Jakiro.
Jakiro.
Big
That's
fan.
a lot of games of Dota this guy's played. Goodness me, FNG.
Was it 6,000 games or so? It's only on that account as well, so I imagine it's more than that.
Yeah,
How many have I got, actually? How many games have you got?
I don't know.
Prepare for battle.
I've got 6,870.
How do you check?
It's on your profile. If you go on edit profile and click the drop down box.
I can't right now. Edit profile. I'm sure that's what everyone wants to see. I've had 4,924 matches.
Oh my god, 2,000 less than me. That's why you're so much worse. That's,
Couple of sound issues coming out, but that gives us some time to have a look at some of these lanes going on. So there's going to be the Hack and FNG for Gambit up in the top lane, on the Sven and on the Jakiro. Laning up versus Flo on the Enchantress, and a Spirit Breaker will be periodically visiting the lane. I feel like this is kind of okay for Enchantress, it's not going to be pleasant. She's probably not going to get a whole lot from it, but she can live, and she can go and take some creeps and just harass a little bit and find kill potential when the Spirit Breaker comes. I think that's going to be the aim of the game.
I think it's really important that they really try and go all out on the Ench at level 1. Like, if you allow her to get to like this level 3 or so mark, I think you're going to be in trouble. But if you can just try and zone her off really early, you should be fine.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how the Spirit Breaker plays, though. And, of course, Iceberg in the mid lane. I'm yet to see a mid Silencer really work out well, like win a game. So
we've seen OG play it before, haven't you?
We
Thompson
have,
played it
but
in a
it's
game where they had a drow.
We've seen it twice and it's lost both times. Or I've seen it twice and it's lost both times.
Disappointing.
Yep. Well, the Darkseer is back, so we should be underway pretty shortly.
I love Tusk's item build, by the way. Immersion. Loving that. I love Immersion when he plays these, like, really roam-heavy pos 4s. I remember that game at Birmingham where he played Earth Spirit, and it was like he pretty much single-handedly won the game, it felt like. I can't remember who he was playing against.
But at the same time, earlier on, he played Nyx Assassin in the group stages, and he had probably the worst performance of the entire tournament at anybody there.
Yes, true.
It was awful. So, Immersion, definitely a back and forth player. Always want to fly, disguising himself as behind a picture of his own eye.
I remember you coming to the event, and I was saying, oh, this Immersion guy. Well, obviously, we knew who he was already, but. Oh, hang on, bot lane.
Yeah, there's a bit of charge coming forward. They want to go for this one. They've got the Rocket Barrage as well, piling in the damage onto the Darkseer. They're trying to combo it up with Immersion there, but it's just not enough to take up the damage. The damage had already been done. Immersion was not able to share enough of that Rocket Barrage, and that's going to be a kill onto the Darkseer. Nice first blood from FlyToMoon.
Yeah, well played. Unfortunately, Tusk didn't really want to take shards to block them off. I think it might have been worth it, but never mind. Lets his Darkseer die.
Yeah, he didn't really do anything there, did he? He could have snowballed in and secured a bit more of the damage from the, or could have saved him from the damage from the Rocket Barrage, but...
I don't think Snowball would have saved him, but the shards might have. But you really want tag team at level 1.
Yeah.
Obviously with the bonus damage coming through with every right click.
Being able to trade is very important.
Look at these glaives at level 1 on the Ember. Ugh.
Yep, pure damage. That's not going to pop the Flame Guard, so at least that's kind of a good thing for Alpha, I have to say. But obviously doesn't stop a lot of the damage coming through, which is really causing him some issues right now. And look how much of his mana pool he's used up. Absolutely none. He can just spam this out all day.
Really well played by Always Want to Fly on the Swiss, by the way. He started walking over because he knew that the Tusk was going to go and try and cut the wave. So Always Want to Fly is there ready just to lay in the hurt. Tusk does have TP if he needs to get away, so he'll be fine. Oh no. Here comes the Darkseer. Always Want to Fly might be in trouble here.
Oh, he's getting so low. Immersion, though, also falling down, but Allies want to fly is going to be the casualty here. Immersion able to survive this time around and get salved up by the Darkseer as well.
Yeah, this is really well played by Gambit. This lane could have been an absolute disaster for them, especially after the first blood. But now they both get level 2. The Wisp can't really go and contest the lane anymore. He's not really that kind of hero. Like, he's not like a Bane or something that enjoys chasing them around and stopping them from cutting the creep wave.
Yeah, literally, always want to fly is just eating trees right now. He's just clearing the trees around by the tower, and that's about it. That's his entire contribution to the lane now that he's died. Very sad. Puts him in a really bad situation.
And Iceberg might be in a little bit of trouble here. FNH is really low, actually, but yeah, the Tusk is looming. Ready to go with the tag team. If he uses it on the Sleight of Fist.
Yeah, that's going to be a ton of damage.
Oh, and there's a regen.
Ooh, I thought it was going to be a healthy boy. It's going to result in a kill very easily.
The rune of regeneration.
Let's see.
Iceberg is
what he
doing
can
very
do.
well mid at the moment, though, by the way. If you look
he's
at
kicking off.
He's destroying.
8-0 to 11 and 8. They need to make this happen. That's why he's being so patient, because they can't afford for this kill not to work. Especially now, you know, the longer you spend at mid, the more time it's taking to actually sell it. Like, you know, being away from lane, the worse the other lanes are going. Admittedly, it's not quite the same with the Darkseer. He does give you that roam potential. They're actually going for the kill, though. Immersion making his way over. The Spirit Breaker comes crashing in down to the bottom lane. The bash comes in. Darkseer surging himself away at about 2 miles an hour. Won't make it anywhere. And he's going to die.
How's Flo doing on this entry? We haven't really looked at this top lane at all. Mid's been a bit of a domination. There's been a lot of action bot, but Flo seems to be doing okay up here on this edge. Like, not amazing, but okay. FNG's out of mana on this Jakiro. He has 1 mango left, so Flo should just be able to start taking over the lane here. And there's a charge coming in, actually. This FNG Jakiro might need to be a little bit more careful here.
Yeah, trying to fight it up right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, making it. Oh, Stormhammer catches them out. FNG might actually survive this one. They need a couple more right clicks, but with the Warcry coming in, they're going to make sure that Flo doesn't get the kill onto FNG. So, Hack, nice job there, saving his teammate.
Yeah, very well played. Oh, they're still just cutting creep wave spot. Okay, fair enough. Are they using the neutral camps yet? I feel like you probably should. Why would you not take the neutral camp at the same time as the creep wave? Who knows?
Well, good question. One I don't know the answer to, unfortunately, so we'll leave it at that.
They're just stacking up creep waves. I mean, like, it's okay, but can you not just farm the creep wave and the neutrals at the same time? Is that not more efficient?
So who farms faster, by the way? Sven or Gyrocopter with IO?
I would assume the Sven. Yeah, Afterlife just dead, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
+2.
I didn't realize that.
Easy peasy. Yeah, every time Twitch chat says it, I'm going to say it as well.
Become one
Yeah.
with the hordes.
Yeah, I mean, if Sven gets a Midas especially, he's definitely going to farm quicker than the Gyro, but we'll have to see what he goes for. I mean, Gyro has the Wisp as well, so it's difficult to say. Look at this creep wave bot for Gyro. You thought he was ahead on CS at the moment.
Delicious. It's not to be a... Gyro can stay well away from those. Oh, this is one. Oh, miss. No, he got that one, my bad. Ooh, gets it. Nice. A high octane last hitting right now. You're getting them all, dude. He's getting. Oh, he missed one. He missed 2, missed 3,
no.
misses 3.
Alright, GG.
Arc, water. No,
I mean, last hitting under tower as Gyrocopter is actually one of the worst things at like level 1. It sucks ass so much.
yeah, he's level 5.
Oh no.
Hack does get charged at, but there's no real kill threat here. Slayer's just come up here to hang around, give Flo a bit of space. Throw in the Satyr up in the top lane as well. Send out a couple of these shockwaves as well. Just make the Hack feel the presence.
With the region that it gives, they're going to be more than happy with this. You just have to constantly enchant it, unfortunately. But, you know, it only costs 40 mana on the edge. It's not a big deal.
2, 1. Oh, a charger. Oh, okay. She fires out the shockwave instead.
FNG's team bar. Try and set something up good. He's smoked up.
They want to go for this gyrocopter right now. Emerging around the backlines here, but they've got the charge forward. He's got the snowball, though, going to save himself from being stunned up. But into the rocket barrage, it's a lot of damage for Immersion right now. Can they split the pack? The surge comes out. FNG's just waiting. He wants to see how far they can bait them in right now. Unfortunately, it's not very far. As that sounded like a salve, but Tusk isn't gaining any health. Oh, it was always one to fly who was salving. Okay.
I do like that FNG has TP bot though, by the way, because he can't really do anything to this Ench anymore. So you might as well just let Dahat get whatever he can up in this top lane and try and pressure the gyro instead.
But I feel like when this Enchantress hits level 6, you're going to need him to come back up here, though.
Mid?
Yeah, Afo's in some real trouble right now. This double damage is not doing much for him. He does throw out the chains, the right click's coming through, but Iceberg can't close the distance. Alpha will get himself away, but takes some heavy, heavy damage. And Iceberg just in control of this lane. 43 to 32 denies.
32
What
denies,
the?
so many. Like,
Level
look at the level
5
difference.
on the Ember Spirit. Level 7.25 on the Silencer.
He's owning.
Yeah.
He's almost 2 levels ahead.
Iceberg's destroying this one. If there's anybody who can solo carry a game, it's our boy Iceberg. We know he can. He's the fighter.
But we've talked about this before. When Iceberg gets ahead in games, he always finds a way to make right. If Iceberg's playing from behind, he never makes those mistakes.
Yeah,
So
that's true. Iceberg tiny is a dream. Never wins a lane, always destroys it. Slayer's on top of FNG right now, though. He does get a nice dual breath onto 2 of them with Bash coming through, and inside the cooldown, it's not going to be any survival possibility from FNG there as he's brought down. Twin-headed dragon, going to be having a death.
I mean, this Ember is not having a game at the moment. Like this is going to be a big worry for them on the Gambit side.
Resulting
Are you
in
looking-
faster.
Are you looking at net worths? Because if you're a Gambit fan,
Let's do
you
it.
probably don't want to be looking at net worths.
Yeah. FlyToMoon in a good position right now. Can't lie. Can't lie.
Having a great time. I wonder at what point in this game we're going to see Iceberg start to roam across the map and get a bit more aggressive as well.
Yeah, I mean, usually we see the Atos, but he's going for the 4 stuff instead, choosing mobility. I say usually, like we've had loads of science in mid-game.
Yeah. I think Atos tends to be if you go like triple null into more stats with the Atos, but I think he just wants some maneuverability
Yeah,
up against the Ember. up
definitely limits
against
your
the
kill potential though. As a Sansa. But you got the Spirit Breaker. Still though, I don't know. I feel like you want a little bit more lockdown to get this
top lane.
get Iceberg's damage off. Maybe you'll go for it next. Yeah, imagine.
And shit's
getting
level 6.
bullied.
Get the OS frogs going.
Yeah, now no one is allowed in this lane anymore. Goodbye.
Especially when all 3 of your cores are melee. You're like, good luck against that.
Yeah.
10th pick Ench.
Well, I think FlyToMoon are in a very good spot in this, not just in the laning phase, but generally like how this draft is panning out as well. It's looking pretty strong. Gambit, they're going to have to be playing a technical game to come out ahead here.
This Gyro and Silencer are both getting absolute free throw, so the game's going more than well for them.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That courier almost died there because Ember was attacking creeps and they smoked, so it had nothing else to attack. That was pretty sad.
Awkward, but it lived. Smoke immediately
Look at
broken by
Slayer.
Slayer here. They need to get him, but he uses that bulldozer, trying to bring him down. He's going to go and get the charge away. Do they have the Ice Bath? They do the snowball forwards as well. Sven coming in from behind, actually looking for the Enchantress, but this is a hero he can reasonably kill. They go in deep, though. Global Silence being used, but they're on top of Iceberg right now. Sansa could be in some real trouble. Gambit hammering into him right now, and Iceberg will drop. As in true Iceberg fashion, he gets way too far ahead and has to die.
It's just the way it goes. He is going Atos, by the way. He changed his mind.
Okay, good. Listen to me.
I wouldn't do that. Don't go that far. Gyro's going for the Ags first as well. Sometimes you see the Maelstrom if they want to go for
going Ags.
scaling builds, but yeah, going Ags first.
He's got
instead
an
of
eye on the
Maelstrom.
game.
Radiant's middle tower is
Yeah,
under
but
attack.
come on. Doesn't give it any more. They took it away.
They took it away. My bad. When did they do that?
That's like last patch.
Oh, was it?
Radiant structures are falling.
Oh my god, Newcastle.
I'm so behind, man.
To be fair, you have been busy. You've been pretty busy since the last patch.
That's
I'll
true.
let you off.
I've been a busy
Is
boy.
under attack.
Well, guess
So
you
yeah,
get
they
your
took
own
it out of
eggs
the game.
now.
They took it out of the game completely, and then, yeah, they replaced it with an armor talent at level 29, 15 armor. So it sounds really good, but it's at the same level as GPM.
150
so
GPM, yeah. I feel like that one's another charge coming in onto the dark seer now, and he's barely surviving it all. He's gone, vaporized with the face of the earth.
What do you think about relics on heroes?
Bottom
Do
tower
you think it was a
has
good addition?
Relics.
Yeah. So like the Dota Plus thing.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, it's a nice way to track your progress. They've always had those gems in the game for a very long time, and now we've got relics to replace them. So.
Yeah. I'm a massive fan. I love them.
Dyer's
I think they're really
top
cool.
tower is
I
under
never look at
attack.
them though. Like I never pay them any attention. So.
Oh, I do.
So every now and again, I'll see someone who has like some crazy stat, and I'll be like, "Oh, look at that." And that's about it. So, yeah, I really don't pay them much attention.
It's like Maelstrom damage on Wind Ranger, like that kind of gem. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that's a lot.
Dyer's middle tower.
I mean,
is
there's
under
the cool
attack.
ones like max range pouncers from Slark, which is a really weird one.
Dyer are scanning.
There's some really weird
iceberg.
ones as well. Silencer, he's getting run down, punched up into the air, but still, Iceberg into the river. He's going to be okay for the time being with the Global Silence. They just turn this one around onto Immersion. Global Silence, Global Teleport, and that is going to be an easy turnaround. FlyToMoon punish.
Afo just did the most zigzag triple remnant I've ever seen in my life. He was like, I'm going this, no, I'm going this, no, I'm going this way. And it just didn't achieve anything.
Dyer's top tower has
They are slowly falling further and further behind. I appreciate what the Dire tried to do there. Like, Ember's so far behind, they just wanted to try and get a kill, like the Max Flame Guard and the Iron Shell on the Ember. But yeah, they didn't find anything. And unfortunately, the person they did find was Iceberg, who had a haste rune.
Yeah.
So, really difficult for them to play into that.
That's the thing, like, they want to try and make plays around Sven because he's basically their
Radiant's
only strong
bottom
hero.
tower is
But he's
under
got a
attack.
Midas, and he doesn't have any item complementing this right now, so he's going for that Echo Saber to try and help himself come online a little bit sooner. Meanwhile, Afo just blocking up Always Want to Fly. Actually used the tether, but it gets cancelled out because he used it whilst inside of a root. And that is going to end up him dying. I didn't realise that was a thing.
I think he used the tether and then it got cancelled straight away, didn't it?
It looked like he used it from inside the Searing Chains, but I don't know, it was pretty glitchy looking.
Unless he accidentally double
to
tapped
tell.
it. But they did a thing in the most recent patch where they added like a quarter of a second cooldown.
Yeah. Was that
On
was that to tether?
Yeah.
Paused to rupture, or is that a while ago?
No, that was they did it to swap as well, I think.
Yeah, swap as well, yeah. A ton of different ones, I bet. Gyro, Aghanim's finished up, so that gives him the side gunner.
Pew pew. I mean, he's going to be farming so quickly now. I imagine he will build this Maelstrom next, especially up against a Sven. You know, he's got that war cry. You want as much magical damage to him as you can.
Oh, FNG just unloading onto Ark and Always Want to Fly here, and with the roll forwards as well, but they're trying to turn it around. They've got the cooldown, but Always Want to Fly is dead. The return kill might come into Tusk. Yes, it certainly will. And in comes to Hag from the sideline. Use that God Strength, but he doesn't have enough damage. And now the charge! Oh, letting through three heroes. Where's the follow-up damage? It is coming into Hag, getting so low, but they can't finish the job. He surged away to safety. FNG in the trees should get finished up, and with the Atos onto Immersion, they'll make sure they get that kill. And now the side gunner will find FNG as well. It's a double kill for Ark. FlyToMoon punishing in the middle lane very, very hard. That was beautiful. A great charge. Where did he find that positioning from? Where did he even come from? Slayer just ripping through.
That was the best Gyro Axe reveal I've ever seen in my life. Unbelievable. Like, it did so much damage with the flat cannon as well.
Yeah, just
They were
running
like-
him down.
They took like half their health, like all the heroes, in damage because of the flat cannon and the side gunner. And all of a sudden, he has a javelin and another 150 gold on the Gyro, and he's just bought Axe. So,
Yeah.
like, if you look at net worths now, it's getting pretty scary for Gambit. They're 9k behind with 15 minutes in.
You know, they really need to add a model addition to this Aghanims. I hate the way they call it a side gunner, and yet don't add any like graphical implication that there's like someone, just like a little turret or something which shoots out the top or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really dumb that it's like, oh, it adds a side gunner. Oh, where is it? I don't know. Does that rustle your jimmies at all?
It does, a little bit, yeah.
Took
I
a
get
little
what you
bit
mean.
Oh, they're jumping down onto the docks here right now, and that is going to be a very, very quick kill. They relocate down to the bottom lane, and Ark and Always Want to Fly just constantly want to be here for every single engagement.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is you're too Your two tempo heroes on Gambit have both had really rough starts to the game, the Darkster and the Ember. So, like, even though Darkster was cutting waves and doing okay, like, he just got ganked after every time. So, like, he couldn't continue doing what he wanted to do. Ooh. I thought something was brewing, but...
We're okay. We're okay. Nothing happening across the match right now. Iceberg tried to Atos the Ember Spirit. Didn't quite work. Middle lane, you okay here, buddy? Aphos jump on him. The charge is coming in with the global silence as well. It's going to buy him enough time to try and get himself out of this one. They're chasing, but they're not going to find him. Iceberg down to the low ground, should get out of this one okay. He finds an Invis rune as well. However, they're searching. They want to grab him right now, but always want to fly. Is met up with him. He's just turning around. What up, Hafo? You wanted to find me? No, no, no. I have found you, sir. The right click's coming through. They're going to need one more. The ice boils. They're going to find him. They're not. Wisp misses. Meanwhile, Emerging gets picked up, so FlyToMoon will find something. And Ember makes it back to base.
Iceberg needs, like, a BKB, and then maybe +1, and he's just... I don't know how they deal with him then. Like, he needs, like, BKB and an armor item, and then actually, he's just going to right-click them to death. Like, he's going to do so much damage, and this is the power of the Ench, by the way. It's only 3 points in touch for, it's not even maxed out, but...
I can take Roche, lol.
Yeah, like, it's so ridiculous. Flo's stuck, and he's like, oh, I don't care.
I love their team just ditching him immediately, just like, no, run! He's not worth saving. Guys, I'm fine. Leave him behind. He's gone already. Nice path used on Roshan. Oh, wall used on Roshan. Guys, come on. You just saw him walking out of the pit. Maybe they didn't have the vision. Maybe they didn't know. Well, they didn't have the vision, guys. They did not have the vision. Roche just snuck past them, you know. He might look like a big boy, but he's got the same unit size as everybody else.
Alright, Maelstrom coming out on the courier for Gyro. This is really scary now. Like, you thought he did damage before. You thought he did lots of spread damage before with the Ags and the flat cannon. This is crazy. Like, he's so farmed.
Yeah, I've seen him farmed her.
Farmed her?
Yeah.
Doesn't even have his drums yet on the Ember. It's so sad. He had to go back and build a Yules instead because of the silencer.
Oh no, well it does manage to dodge a lot with the Sleight of Fist now to get him to safety. So a big commitment in the bottom lane does not result in the kill. And they're actually moving their way up top. A lot of TP's coming in. Can they make something happen here? Aphos leading the charge. He's all by himself right now. Doesn't have the change. Doesn't have the Sleight of Fist. He's going down pretty quickly as well. Aphos in some trouble. He doesn't have a Remnant out either. What is he doing? He's just gonna die. Afterlife on the front lines as well. Darkseer dropping down low. Gonna throw out a search onto the Sven. Trying to find it up right now. The punch up and then keeping him alive. Always want to find. Can't keep the Gyrocopter alive though. Despite the global silence, he is still gonna fall. But Iceberg and Flo coming round. Look at the orbs. Look at the orbs. Ah, to hack. He's just going to fall. Now I look towards the Tusk as well. Tusk, he's on the run. He's going down. He's into the side shop. Can he get himself away? Immersion on the run. He's got a snowball. Going to have to use it defensively here. But unfortunately, defensively means charging straight into the enemy team. And now he's going to get picked off. Iceberg claims that kill for himself. 4 dead on the side of Gambit. FlyToMoon in a very good position. They just keep on widening this gap. They get their fingers in and they keep on wedging it bigger and bigger and bigger. 9k goal advantage, and they are just in full control of every single fight we've seen so far.
I love how Aphos went in at the start of the fight. I was like, yeah, let's get the Gyro. Oh, this Gyro's strong.
Well, wait a minute. I don't have Sleight of Fist, so I can't catch them.
If he'd have dodged the rocket with Sleight of Fist, he might have managed to live.
Yeah, he didn't have a Remnant down for some reason. I don't know. I think Aphos a little bit tilted, I want to say.
No,
Am I allowed to call him out like that?
Doesn't sound right.
Like, how do you just run at them with no Remnant down? I don't get it. Or maybe he's just like, it's more like a symbolism thing for his team. If they see him running in without Remnant, they're gonna be ready to commit as much to him.
Yeah, he might have thought that his team were closer to him than they actually were. There was something.
Or maybe he just screams at him, I don't have a Remnant down, I can't go back from this. Full commitment. Go, you pussies.
Oh, Gyro's actually building Satanic next as well. I mean, that is scary because the Satanic procs off of Side Gunner as well. So if you ever get it off, the heal that comes out is pretty crazy.
If you're locked down, you still get like a little burst of heal every now and again.
Oh, relocate top.
Oh, yeah, they actually just about dodged an engagement from that as well, but Slayer... Oh. Yeah, on top of them right now. Dahak running himself
rocket.
away. The rocket giving them the vision for the
rocket.
Enchantress. Right clicks. It should close the gap, but they're a little bit
The
nervous to
charge.
full commit. The roll across. Is it going to catch him? Well, it does eventually, but not before he makes contact with Dahak. Dahak still on the run. It's a lot of damage, but it's not quite enough. Always want to fly coming into this fight as well. He's got himself a mech whenever he wants to use it. Will throw it out kind of early. Immersion on the runaway here. Gambit trying to just scatter as best they can. FlyToMoon, they are the cats. And Gambit are well and true to the mice right now, unable to really do anything except nibble at the heels of the FlyToMoon players.
I think there's something very Benny Hill about watching the Spirit Breaker charge somebody and then the Tusk snowball after the charging Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, and then they all
pretty
meet
good.
each other in a big old pile. Arfo. He's got one this time. Oh, the global silence a little bit too late there from Iceberg.
They would have got him as well because he would have had to put one and would have had to use the Yules, but then wouldn't have had mana afterwards for the Remnant jump, so... They would have killed him off if the global came off just a little bit quicker.
130-second cooldown dropped for absolutely nothing. So can Gambit do anything? I think they just want to use the space to farm, right? They're still trying to come online. There's nothing they can really do until they have some more items.
They've been doing okay considering like they've flatlined the net worth graph, which when you're that far behind early on is a really big achievement. Like if you look at the gradient, that net worth graph should have been spiraling out of control by now, but they've managed to at least farm for themselves and get a little bit out of the map. So, oh, he took the GPM on Iceberg, didn't even take the inch steal. That's disappointing.
Roche has never even been taken either. It's kind of surprising thing about this game is that FlyToMoon have taken so many fights yet never been able to turn it into a big objective.
They don't do a great amount of physical damage though, right?
No, that's why there's still 3 tier 2s up on the map.
Yes.
Oh, hi Slayer, how's it going, dude? Flying into this fight like a bullet train, but in comes the Ice Path to interrupt it as well. Merchant's still on the run. They're still going to commit though with his ultimate because there's a relocate coming in from behind. Snowball going to be used on Always Want to Fly as they're going to get the TP out. No FNG will be successful. The Snowball completes and Immersion is dead. FlyToMoon. I mean, it was only a Tusk, and it was a relocate used. Moo Roshan, hello sir. Looking very handsome there in your pit all alone.
Oh yeah, they started to do
Handsome
roast
scaled
forward,
beast.
didn't they? At the
Yeah,
end?
and
I
they
remember.
dropped the wall and it kind of scared them all.
Chopped the wall, zoning
Yeah,
wall.
yeah, it was only wall. That was it. It was all about wall. Spirit Breaker randomly running around the place. They want to go for this, but I think they're just a little bit too late. They're going! Oh, they get the Ice Path! Can they get in and steal the agents? So the stun coming out onto a 3! Oh my god! FlyToMoon absolutely disappearing! Gambit chasing for more Iceberg onto the high ground right now. They bring down the Io, now looking for Iceberg as well. He's got the BKB, he's got the Shrine, but is it going to be enough? The rest of the team coming in. How does he carry? Can face tank all of this because he's got an Aegis, and he's going to get another kill as well. What a turnaround! Gambit just tear them apart. Vacuum into the Ice Bath. That was phenomenal. And now they can look towards this middle lane.
Do you know what the best bit about that play is? It's not that it was perfect, but the fact it was at exactly the right time as well.
Yeah.
So not only
yeah.
do they get the combo off and
Roche
kill them all
falls.
off, yeah, and they get the Aegis as well on the Ember, which is still there.
And they even let the enemy team kill Roshan for them.
Holy moly.
Oh, wow. All right. This game suddenly got a whole lot more competitive. An Aegis in the hands of the Ember Spirit. A huge gold swing of 6k back in their favor. Gambit, they're back in it, baby, and they've got the Sven on their side. They've got this Midas. They've got the Ember Spirit, who's now looking like he can actually afford some items. Look at this guy. Where does his money come from? He's just swaging up. What do I want? I can buy anything I want. I'm going to grab myself a Maelstrom. Mom, look, I've got a Maelstrom.
I mean, he's been doing a really good job of pushing the limits on his hero, though, but because they were so far behind, he was just split pushing and opening up the map. Oh, where's the charge?
It's on Arfo. The Aegis carrier. He's got a Yules. He's just going to use
Lane
it.
as well. Always want to fly.
Oh, as the Japan girls, they go into the bottom lane. The vacuum coming out, the stun as well. They're trying to get Always Want to Fly, get some mech off, but still goes down. Now the Gyro is all alone. Flo's coming over though, trying to help out. They're going to throw down the wolf, try and finish off the Gyro, but now they realize they need to be a little bit careful here. Dahak taking so much damage. Flo is pretty scary, but they're going to surge him up. They realize that they can't be lackadaisical about this one right now, as in comes the Snowball. Dahak's still on the run. That Surge doing so much work to get the Sven out of danger, and he will survive this engagement. Gambit get a nice pick up onto the Io, and it doesn't cost them anything in the end.
So I think what you're starting to see is that FlyToMoon's lanes go really well, right? Because they have really good lane matchups and everything. But it's getting to the point now where they have like really bad team fight. Like their cores are Silencer, Ench, and Gyro, and they all do the same thing. They just click. Like they have no way of holding people down. Like locking them in.
Alpha, they're fighting a little bit here. Another charge coming out onto Alpha, by the way.
Under attack.
Oh. A couple of right clicks following him. He's all right though.
And Gyro's being really greedy and not building a BKB as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, the team fights are really difficult for them in these like 5-on-5 situations.
It's the satanic trap, isn't it? Like so many games, you're like, you know what? Stage resistance sounds really cool. I'm just gonna get stage resistance this game. I don't care, especially when they've got BKB penetrating stuff. You know, like I guess the Warriors Punch and such. Then it just makes like the BKB feel so poop, and the satanic feels so good. But it doesn't matter how many times you try it. It always feels like you need a BKB.
I mean, I think his thought is that I'm basically just going to outlast them in these fights, right? But you're playing against an Ember, who is like the king of that, where he just jumps around the fight, just constant like little niggles of damage. Just
There's a lot of heroes here. They need to be careful with FlyToMoon. They'll just give away the creep. No biggie. Iceberg just solo pushing top. Silencer doing what a Silencer do.
Dire's top tower.
They realise they need to make something happen, so they smoke up in the bottom lane. FlyToMoon, they could be in some danger here as they go in. They're going onto the Gyrocopter. The Global Silence is being used immediately, though, trying to buy some time here, but it's purged off by the Darkseer. And he's got the Greaves, so they'll be able to get the kill. Always want to find out. They're looking towards the Gyrocopter as well. Both heroes gonna drop. No response from FlyToMoon. Once again, Gambit finding the victories. How long is this gonna go on for before FlyToMoon find their confidence again and are able to fight back into this?
I'm having flashbacks because I played Gyro yesterday, right? And this is exactly what I did as well. I did really well at the start of the game, and there was like the 20 to 30 minute mark where I died like 4 times. And I think he's watched my game. That must be it. It's the only possible explanation. But yeah, they're just getting picked off now. Like this is where the throw stuns win game kind of stuff comes from. Like there's ice paths, there's vacuums, Sven stuns. They have really bad control on this Radiant side, and now the Sven has a BKB especially. He's just getting all the damage off.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And he's
is
going to have
under
himself
attack.
crits as well. He's got the recipe coming out towards him. Full Daedalus on the Sven. This ain't something to mess around with, kids.
I'd love to see Gyro's net worth graph like after this game to see what his how badly his farm has flatlined over the last 5-10 minutes or so.
Yeah. Also worth mentioning as well, the Sven didn't go for Blink, which I absolutely love this game because you have a Dusk, he's got Snowball, he's got Ice Shards, you've got an Ember Spirit, he's got Sleight of Fist, he's got Searing Chains. Like there's so much mobility, so much catch, and so much teamfight control on the side of Gambit that you don't need this Blink Dagger on the Sven. Like it's usually a very good item on the Sven, but sometimes you can just chill. You can just accept that. You're going to be able to close the gap, and if you can save yourself that 2,300 gold, whatever it is, it's absolutely key. And now the Snowball's coming down to the Gyrocopter. It doesn't look like a full engagement here, but actually the IO's struggling to help him out here. The vacuum comes down, the stun is out, and Arc is dead. Once again, no response from FlyToMoon. They let this duo fall for about the 3rd time in a row here. Gambit are just hunting them down time and time again. They this time had the Global Silence as well, but they just didn't want to go for anything. He was actually dealing with the Ember Spirit up at top, so couldn't really make anything happen himself. A very awkward situation. This Kobold Foreman leads the charge up onto the high ground here in the top lane as well.
Okay, so let's do some maths. I think Gyro's been farming Satanic for about 12 minutes now. Alright, okay. Oh, mid. Hang on.
Just a bit of harass, just a bit of harass, just a bit of harass. There's a Snowball going to say, oh my god, what the hell just happened? They're having beef tonight as Slayer gets his lollipop licked by Gambit there, and we'll have to buy back into this one as Sven TPs himself out. They're going to be happy with that.
I think Iceberg tried to force him up the cliff as he got punched, so it looked like he got kicked.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Oh, nice change by Echo.
Yeah,
Yes, no remnants.
Some cheeky feud. He's got to use. Tanks it to the face. What an alpha male.
Has Iceberg used his ult this game?
Yeah, he's used it a bunch of times.
But has it done anything, is what I mean.
I mean, you got to remember they were winning the game up until about 7 minutes ago.
Yeah, but
And-
like, what I'm saying is, do we feel like the global has made a difference in these fights as well?
Earlier, yes, but now the Darkseer has got those greaves. It just makes
Yeah.
entire difference. Darkseer is now the big controller.
There's like a Yules on the Ember,
The
there's
fat
Greaves on the
controller.
Darkseer, BKB on the Sven.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this core silencer, you said at the start of the game, does really well in the lane, and then all of a sudden, just it feels so underwhelming in like the 20 to 30 minute mark.
Yeah, it's like when your kid takes his first steps, right? You're like, wow, look how well he's doing at the start. And then it falls in its face, and you're like, whoops, shouldn't have been that excited.
It's only because you
I'm not
pushed
a
your kid
father.
over. That was why.
You should
So, yeah,
probably.
just doing. I
I
should what?
encourage all parents to push their kids as much as possible because... Well, no, I mean, we're living in a generation where everybody kind of believes that life is very easy. We get away with anything. Everybody's set to succeed, and then you hit adulthood and you're like, oh, I don't get everything given to me on a silver plate. And yeah, so push your kids over once in a while. Don't feed them, you know?
Radiant
Lock them in a cage.
scanning.
All valuable life lessons.
Oh, Iceberg.
Yeah, he's in a really bad position right now. Does pop the BKB. Nice reactions as he gets up to the high ground. But still there to be go. Oh, hello, guys. How's it going?
That was a 9-second BKB though.
Yep, and a relocation. Gambit might look to re-engage here. They certainly will. Going forwards onto the gyrocopter, but he is about to be... Oh, the yours. No, okay, still takes them both away. So yeah,
Where did the wisp?
he relocates. It's a spell which teleports you across the map, though. I don't know if you knew. You've gone really quiet, which is probably for the best. You can't really say stupid shit. Oh, snowball forwards onto Iceberg right now. He has got the Hex and turns around and uses it onto the Tusk. Tusk can find himself in the world of trouble as the Global Science is used. They bring him down and I look towards the Sven as well. Oh, the Sven isolated. He could be thrown down. Oh my god, the damage from these two. If you let them get it off, then they will tear you apart. They seem to have just realized how strong they actually are. FlyToMoon running forwards and looking for more. Alpha trying to get himself out of this one, but he's out of options. He's out of mana. He's out of remnants. He's got a sleight of fist, but after that, he will surely die. FlyToMoon find themselves 3 kills. 3 big kills, but more importantly, a big turnaround here. And Slayer, he's looking for more. I'm not sure if he can find more, though.
Oh, the bash.
No way he gets this.
Is my mic still low?
No, you're back.
Okay, I was going to say, Sven seems to have forgotten to use his BKB there. That seems to be the big one for me.
Dyers are scanning.
Yeah. Is there like a Malif? No?
Dyer's
Okay.
middle
No.
tower is under attack.
Are
Really
you sure it
sad.
wasn't still on cooldown from the first little engagement?
I
Dyer's
don't
middle
think he
tower
used it in
has
the. He didn't use it when he went on the silencer before.
Or
So
on the gyro and wisp? Surely it must. There's no way he just
Might
didn't
have
use
done.
BKB.
might have done.
There's no way. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt here.
I checked just after the fight and it was off cooldown.
Yeah.
So maybe it was close to being up again.
Dyer's
Gotta
bottom
assume,
tower
man.
is under attack.
Give him the benefit, yeah. Benefit of the doubt.
EOD.
The game is super even again now.
Yeah, looking like it's going to be another long one, boys. Strap yourselves in, grab yourself a glass of water. Whip out
Stay
the loot.
hydrated, guys. Stay hydrated.
Oh, let's go for the locket. Holy locket. It's a pretty garbage item, isn't it?
It's an interesting item.
It's not though. It's
slow
very
ball.
boring. It's just like, oh, you heal a bit more. Cool.
He's gone the wisp here. He's relocating.
Ooh, oh, he gets
he
summed
went
up
into
by
the
the ice path. No, always want to fly. He had
Oh,
to. He had to
dear.
refresh the tether because I think he accidentally broke it there or something. I don't know, but he got dragged back into it. Maybe it was a
Oh, he
mistake.
caught the spirit breaker.
Meanwhile, yeah, they got him up on the high ground here, but he can jump back
Big
down.
global.
Global Science is coming out. Iceberg's just plowing into Dahak from the sidelines. They're going to grab that kill. Slayer's still alive somehow. Nope, never mind. Snowball's going to take him out. Immersion will still die. Meanwhile, Alpha takes a glaive to the face. Immersion is dead. Roshan is up, and Ark is already getting to work. But it is a 3 versus 3 right now. But without their spend, I think Gambit are feeling pretty powerless. But there's a buyback coming in from the Tusk, trying to chase them out of this pit, and it should be enough to scare them away. FNG and Alpha waiting on the side wings here. Seeing what there is to see is the IO illusion is about. 10 damage to Roshan. Oh, Lincoln, vacuum. Hello, Iceberg, punched into the air and brought down very quickly indeed. That is 85 seconds without a silencer. He's got no buyback. This could be Roshan for Gambit now. But they don't have their Sven. 50 seconds till the Sven is back. They can't take Roshan without him. Ember Spirit doesn't do anything. He's got a Lotus Orb and a Maelstrom. His job is entirely utility versus his hero. So we're stuck in this weird situation now where no one's going to get it. They're just going to try and push in mid, which has already had the tier 2 taken. Gambit won't get anything for this, which is a little bit bad, but still, they hold, they stop the Roshan being taken, and they continue to elongate this game.
There's a big worry for Rangers right now.
You're quiet. Alright, Arc. He's going for the BKB. So even after building the Satanic, having to buy the BKB anyway is always a bit of a weird situation. You kind of want this state of resistance to be enough, but yeah, 30% stays resist. It ain't that, unfortunately. The 40 movement speed is really nice though, especially for the IO if it's tethered to you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Why hasn't the IO got the... Oh, okay.
Oh, poor Flo.
Radiant's
Jesus, that was a deep dive.
With Flo dying there as well, this is just going to open up Roche for the Dire side.
Yep, their Sven is back. He's healthy, he's tanky, he's ready to hit some fools.
They need to defend top, but yeah, they've got the Ember on their team, so he just leaves the Remnant by the pit.
Full 5 men up to make sure this Roche goes down nice and easily.
Dire's top
Did he leave a Remnant out, actually? I assume he did. Oh, they see the gyro.
They're going for him once again. Doesn't have a BKB, only has the Satanic. The Global Silence comes out, but they punch him up into the air. All the same, they're keeping him controlled up. Arky can't do anything. There's the Satanic, though. Now he turns around, healing himself up, living through this fight. The cooldown coming in as well, but he needs to stay away from Dahak. Can't stay too close. That guy always want to fly, does die. Tries to TP out, tries to go for the charge out on the Spirit Broker. Doesn't quite happen. Now Dahak riding forward, surged in, but stunned up. Now Flo is going to be the next target. The snowball comes out onto him. A beautiful shot's going to block him up. Ark, he can't get back up the cliff. He's in trouble. He has to run the opposite direction. Gets punched up, held still by the Tusk. They're closing the gap right now, and Arky's gonna go down. Gambit, find blood, a dive back on the gyrocopter. They're gonna look for more now. Iceberg just trying to take to the front lines. He actually wants to fight Dahak. Dahak, he just dies. He can't survive this at all. Now they've got the Yules up onto the Hemisphere as well. Hemisphere doesn't have a remnant. He doesn't have a remnant. He's gonna die. And now they charge for more. They've got themselves a Chikiro as well. The 17% comes through. The FNG has the Yule Scepter trying to run himself away, but realizing this is probably it for him. The Darkseer coming in, but just goes for the cheeky vacuum, now running himself away as well. Can't be envisioned. Meanwhile, Immersion waiting in the trees. The buyback comes in from FNG. I think that was a mistake as no one else seems to be buying back. Oh, never mind. In comes the Ember Spirit. Look at him go. He's just tearing this Roshan apart. He doesn't live 2 seconds, and there's your Aegis in the hands of the Silencer right now, who is doing so much damage. He didn't even go for the Arcane Curse damage.
He's got Atos, Force, Hex, and another Mystic Staff for the Shivas. He does so much damage.
Smashed him. 30 stolen in as well. The TP into the Ice Wall. Not the ideal situation, but I mean, I say that FNG is just getting mince-meated by Flo right now, but the gyrocopter. Ooh, he's got to be careful.
Bought back here.
Yeah.
Just be careful.
They're running him down. Immersion. The rainbows will find him. They bring him down.
What is this game? What's happening?
It's brutal. It's a fight.
What is going on?
Well, we have a 2k advantage for FlyToMoon is what's going on. Their orbs are just doing an insane amount of damage, like the Impetus and the Glaives of Wisdom, both pure damage and both just ripping through everybody right now.
It feels like no matter which one of the three you focus down on the Radiant and their cores, right, the other two just hit so hard.
Yeah.
So they're in a real trouble now of like not having enough damage on the Gambit side, of like being able to deal with all three cores. Because like the Sven's BKB is 5 seconds now, right? And even if he has BKB, does it matter? The Silencer has 219 ints, and he's about to take level 25 talent with the Glaives damage. That is a scary Silencer.
As much as I hate to say it, I want to see a blink on this Sven. You need to close the gap with his Silencer, stop him just being able to sit in these fights and hit whoever he wants.
If this Gyro gets a butterfly...
Level 25 on the Silencer.
It's happening. It's happening.
20% Glaives of Wisdom damage. Now they do 121.3% of his int pool to damage.
Jesus.
And his int pool is currently about 230-ish? Maybe a bit more? No, maybe a bit less. 230. Let's do a quick maths time. 230. What's 121% of 230? It's about 240, right?
About that. About that.
Yeah. That's pure damage, by the way.
Radiant are scanning.
Nah, he's got 222 int at the moment, which is still a lot, but like with the 32 on top, yeah, it's
And don't forget that his regular damage, by the way, is sitting at 300. Yeah, basically, Silencer hits hard. If you haven't picked up on that so far, that's the general gist of the situation.
hit equals hard.
Yes. Oofs equals had.
Wisp is getting closer to that level 25 as well, by the way. So I'm wondering whether he goes for this Deso next, just to help the rest of his team deal damage, because the Deso obviously with the flat cannon is just going to hit everybody. So it's not for the fact about the Wisp doing damage; it's the fact that you help your Gyro and your Silencer and Ench do more damage as well.
Yeah.
He's building Lotus. I mean, it's a pretty good choice as well.
Bit of a bitch move though.
He might even go for the relocate cooldown. I mean, it seems pretty silly to me, but he could.
Well, I mean, if you're never planning on doing damage, then it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Does Ember have... Yeah, if this Gyro gets a Butterfly next, like, this Sven's not going to be building an MKB. Oh, Slayer mid. Gets
Yeah,
nice
they
buff there.
found him in the trees. Good buy. So they relocate in. They actually want to fight this one. Are coming on the front lines here, popping that BKB really early into this fight, and they're just going to kite him. He doesn't have a target. He's like, guys,
Oh, no!
Tether broke. Oh, the rest of the team.
Iceberg used the 4 stuff on the Sven instead of the Atos. So it pushed him further away.
Yikes.
And then he used the Atos afterwards, but because he'd been pushed too far away, the Atos didn't reach him.
Oh, dear. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes, you misclick. Sometimes you make mistakes. 43-minute game.
Ember has a BKB now, though, which is a big deal. But you can see the difference between the Ember of this game and last game in which one had an Ags and which didn't.
Yeah.
Apo isn't anywhere near as scary in these fights as the Ember was last game.
No, he's very slow. He's very hard to be in. He's caught out of position a lot as well. I think that's the biggest thing, right? Ags just stops you ever being caught out of position.
Mm-hmm. Darkseid has a gem as well, by the way. Big pickup. They need to get as much map control as they can. Try and deward this ward top by the looks of it. Yeah, they're checking everywhere. If people didn't know, did you see where he just ice pathed?
Sure did, fam.
So if you cut down those trees and you've had vision up on that area, you can put an observer ward down there. And it's really difficult to deward unless you're thinking about dewarding it. Which is not always, in chaotic games, doesn't always happen.
Absolutely. Especially in the middle of fights as well. It's never going to happen. So. Good fighting vision. I think weirdly when you look at the vision side of things these days, it is a very double damage rune at top. Give that to Sansa. Oh, Iceberg. No, what are you doing, guys?
That's disappointing.
That's a
The
report
Silence's
right
damage
there.
doesn't come from his... I guess it does come from his base mana pool. Base damage as well, because he's got so much in.
160 plus 260 plus 260.
lane,
Meanwhile, got a
low
fight
ball.
going on in the bottom line. Yeah, they're trying to keep the gyrocopter and the IO alive for
Oh,
the
the
time
stun.
being. The stun comes out. He's not going to make it out of here. Ark now needs to run, but he's all alone. He's got a cheese. He's got a BKB. He pops a BKB. They're going to have to try and turn this around. Slayer coming into this one. Ark turning this one around as well. He's got a Satanic. He eats the cheese as well. Still trying to survive through this. Jahag just punching him, but it's not doing anything. He's stayed alive through the whole time, and now Iceberg turns up into this fight. And look at the damage coming out of these two. The double damage to the charge as well, just ripping through heroes like they're made of butter. FNG tries to run himself away, but the Glaive does find him, and now the Glaive Master himself is getting brought down. Apo will get that kill. 4 heroes dead on the side of FlyToMoon. It is just Flow left as he runs his way over to the shrine. Should be okay, I would imagine. I don't think Apo can actually kill him by himself, and Afterlife certainly doesn't want to get involved in this one. So a big fight. Everybody dies.
Look at the Silence for an Edge illusion battling it out next to the Radiant bot shrine.
Ba 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 ba. In charge with throwing in the right click. Silence are trying to fight back, but he's slowed by the impetus. Josh is still trying to fight it up. They both only have 2 seconds left to live. Who's going to take it? And it doesn't look like anybody's going to take it. They both die. What a tragic end to the most tense fight of this entire day, I'd have to say. Jesus.
Such a massive fight. I think Iceberg, his BKB is down to 5 seconds as well now. So, like, he has a very small window where he can freely get his damage off. He managed to kill the Sven, which was massive, but now that the Ember has a BKB as well, like, the Darks is really tanky too, especially with the Crimson and the Greaves. They are not quite as easy to bring down anymore, especially when you don't have that magic immunity on Iceberg.
Well, imagine if Silencer had gone for the 2 intelligence steal.
He'd be massive, wouldn't he? But again, then he wouldn't have had the Hex and the Shivas, so...
Well, he would add 1.
Well, they might not have won the fights because he might not have had as much gold as before. Like,
but if he did win the fights, he would have got more intelligence, then could even farm himself up for the same items, so...
Oh, he builds
basically, they're the same talent, they don't do anything.
Why does Darks have a link? It's good against the charge, I guess. The problem that Sven's having at the moment is that he's not just the silencer and the gyrocopter that he has to worry about. Like, the Spirit Breaker's trying to charge him every fight and then nether strike him. So, like, the Sven's really having trouble ever getting his damage off now.
Really trying to figure out what this Lincoln Sphere is about.
Radiant are scanning.
Is it something to do with the enchant taking off his Crimson Guard? That doesn't really seem to
I think
matter
it's just
too
for the
much.
charge and the nether strike from the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, you reckon? Okay.
We'll see.
47 minutes in. 3 games we've casted today, and every single one has gone above 50 minutes, and it looks like this one's heading the same way. Starts here with some fancy footwork, just checking that cliff and then forced up himself down so he's not caught in awkward position. Slayer. Okay. All those. Not figured by yours, apparently. The ice pass sound on Tim.
Yes, correct.
Oh, into the back lines though. The global science coming in as well. Arc and always want to fly, trying to fight this one. But the science to use
Big
again. The
charge.
refresher being used as they jump in and kill off the hack. Does have a buyback. Everybody else trying to TP their way out of this one. I did not see that refresher orb, and I don't think Gambit saw it either. There was nothing which Gambit can do in that situation with the double science coming out onto them. They just got to sit there and wait.
Can I just say how much, for his net worth, Slayer is owning this game on Spirit Breaker?
He's bottom net worth.
Like, the way that it works on Spirit Breaker is that you can't charge somebody that's BKB'd. Oh, hang on. And again.
Through 2. There we go. Quite nice. He's got the Heaven's Halberd as well. A nice vacuum, though, into the ice buff. Where's the damage, though? They don't have their spend. He's just brought back into this one, trying to get his way onto the front lines. Here he comes, running over the hill. Always want to fly already. Dead. And Arc is going to go down as well into the middle of everybody. Slayer will fall. And that is going to be Gambit now taking the victory. It's just thrown back one way, then the other. It's more like a game of tennis than a game of Dota, as one team take a fight, then the other team get it back. Now the ball is well and truly in Gambit's court. Can they serve an ace on Roshan?
Silencer has his BKB up in 10. It's what they're waiting for on FlyToMoon. 3 seconds.
Use Flo caught out of position here. She's a little bit scared. But, you know.
You have to go in right now if you're Iceberg.
They really do. They really do. The vacuum comes out a little bit miscoordinated there with the ice walls. They're trying to target. Always want to fly. He's got the Ghost Scepter to keep himself a little bit longer, but it's not going to happen. And they fight into this one. Flo just coming in the back lines. He's got the BKB. He's got the impetus to do so much damage. The hack can't go in and get the damage off. Alpha and Immersion are already dead, and all it costs them is the IO. But he does not have buyback, but now FlyToMoon. Well, they want to come in and tickle Roshan a little bit here, but they've got a buyback on the Ember Spirit. They're still very much in the mood for fighting Gambit. They are looking for them, and now they go back into the pit. Jesus.
Ember has his buyback ready here as well.
Surely
So
this is Gambit's.
yeah, if FlyToMoon don't have BKBs anymore, so they're not going to go into the pit. The Shakira would just destroy them if they did.
Oh, don't worry, the Dark Troll Summoner is going to steal Roshan. Deny it.
He almost got something.
Well, he can't pick anything up, so.
I know, no, but destroy something, I mean. Not pick it. Guys, the Dark Troll Summoner takes the Aegis.
Yeah, Dark Troll. Neutrals, take the Aegis.
You will farm us no more.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Look at what the gyro just got queued up.
No. Okay. It's a Divine Rapier.
There's a DD bot as well. Which Flow decides to take again.
Silencer. Iceberg. He gets the full staff out of this one. Still making its way away, but there's a lot of magic damage on it. I think he's dead all the same. BKB, TP, Tusk trying to close the gap, but can't quite do it. He's disarmed. Thank you, Spirit Breaker, my savior. Now he's falls up onto the high ground. Flow gets the TP out as well. The BKB TPs. Oh, Gyro all alone now. His teammates are gone, but no one else is running. Gambit, they're scared. What are they scared of? Get your tails out from between your legs and fight them, but they're backing themselves away. Very, very cautious gameplay coming out from Gambit as they fail to chase. Oh, okay, Midas on the floor for the courier to pick up. I had 1 second cooldown left on, man. Come on.
Gotta be efficient, guys.
Do you really not use that? Oh, I sold it.
Sven's also building a Lincoln's, by the way.
Yeah, they're really scared of this charge.
It's not even just the charge, though, as well. But yeah, back to my point before, Slayer, the way that it works is you can't charge somebody that's BKB'd, but if you charge somebody behind the BKB target, it doesn't matter if they're magic immune, the bash will still hit them as you go through them. So he's doing a really good job of just charging the backline and hitting the Sven on the way through every single time. Dahak's really struggling to get the damage through when this charge is constantly coming out, and then the Nether Strike follows up on him too. He did take the relocate.
When I'm watching these fights, that's the main thing I'm focused on, is to Sven. Like, can Dahak get in and get his damage off? You know, that's the only deciding factor in these fights. It honestly just comes down to this. And the builds, everything in this game has been based around that. Can we get our Sven in? Is Surge enough? Is Blink enough? Well, no, it's not, because they've got so much control. So they've got Hurricane Pikes that Blink is just not going to make a difference. So they've had to really kind of try to prioritize different areas and experiment and see what's working for them. And now these Lincoln Spheres coming out. It's a costly experiment. Is it going to be enough to stop this Spirit Break? Lord, that's a lot of rockets. But they're all being sent back.
Oh no.
What have you done? Run, Joe! Really? Oh, they relocated top. Right, gotcha.
He's got the relocate cooldown at level 25, so it's up every 30 seconds now.
I genuinely thought he was shit scared of the homing missiles that he relocated about. They're trying to fire around this relocation right now, but the global science being used. Iceberg, he's throw down the double and try and fight them up right now, but he's also taking a lot of damage. Sven on the front lines, he's actually going for the support heroes. He doesn't want to try and fight into the gyrocopter, but he doesn't need to have much of a choice. Look at the damage coming in from Flow. The impetus, it's just going to rip through the Sven's first life. Now they look towards Arc as well as they bring down Artho inside the Hex from Iceberg. He's living through the whole thing. It's looking great for FlyToMoon as they bring down another, but that is Arc going down to FNG. And look, ooh, ow. Okay, the maximum damage from impetus means it's not going to do that much damage to the Sven.
Yeah, I wish they got rid of the impetus max damage.
Maybe when you TP, yes. But yeah, when you just run away, definitely not. It's too hilarious.
I want to see like a 3,000 damage impetus. That sounds good.
Samesies.
As if the hero wasn't already annoying enough to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, if they did it on TPs, then it'd be stupid, because you just find yourself TPing away from Enchantress.
Die.
Oh, the impetus followed me. Well, there's absolutely nothing I can do. Guess I'll buy a ghost staff and base.
Ench just watches and just times their last attack so that it hits just before your TP goes.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, the animation.
Alrighty, 53 minutes in. 3 out of 3 games going above the 50 minutes for us. It's been a happy time here in the second stream. And so far, we have a pretty stale game, I would say. I mean, not stale as in boring, but stale as in who's in the lead.
Look at the Svens.
Oh shit, they're going at it again! But this time the radio Sven's got it. This one's not nearly as close. He's just chilling now. He's won. He's like, hell yeah.
What would you do without me? Like missing... You just don't miss any important action without me.
Yeah, no, thank you, man.
Just...
How does this even keep happening? Where are these illusions coming from? I don't even know at this stage.
Who knows? I think the Ench took over one of them, and then another. Then
oh,
the Sven
so it's like one. Okay, so they're both from the wall.
Yeah.
Sven's from beyond the wall.
Would be my guess. There might have been an illusion.
Oh yeah, you're right, buddy.
He's chilling.
Yeah, just relocates down to the bottom lane, into Ember's face. Just flexing on him. It's all about the alpha moves. Assert your dominance over the other team.
Jakira has 5k gold, by the way. I wonder what he's going to buy next. Do you go like E-Blade with your Ghost Scepter to like help against this damage from the silencer?
Stopping the gyro attacking sounds really sick.
It's not him, it's just the silencer.
True. at this stage.
Yeah,
I really
wait
want to
for the
see damage
runes here.
statistics. Oh, they're going for it. Spirit Breaker does get the bulldoze up, but doesn't really matter. Dragged into the ice path, but they're actually being really defensive again, Gambit. They know this relocate is always going to be available due to the 25 talent on the IO, so they just need to play so carefully here. If they can't find an immediate initiation, they can't go for these kills.
Also,
Dire are
can we just talk about Spirit Breaker's level 25 talents a second? I think he'll probably take the 800 health.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping he goes for the 42% bash chance. That sounds amazing. I want to see it. I want to see him like
42
man
isn't as
fight
good as 17 though.
That's true.
That's
because,
something we've learned a lot. Like,
yeah, that's true. And it's not 17% though, is it? It's like 50. So you either bash or you don't. That's the way it goes.
true words have seldom been spoken. Zemba Spirit clears out this middle lane. Now finished off the Aghanims, by the way. At long, long last, he finds himself in Agstown. Hope he enjoys his stay. Jakiro's still not spending his gold. This dude is just Scrooge McDuck over here. Saving for a mortgage on a house, I think.
He might be looking to buy a Hex.
Yeah, the Spirit getting initiated on heavily, and he is gone. No buyback either, and the refresher will pop by Sansa. He's holding onto it this time around. Now the global silence comes out, and the Sven is just evaporated. Both of them dead. No buybacks. They look for immersion as well, and he's going to go down. Flo gets a double kill, turning godlike. They have to defend, but I think they might just be able to end this game. Ark already looking towards this middle lane. The buybacks, they're not here.
Sven just bought a moonshot.
Oh my god, Moon. Why?
The game's over.
Dire's middle tower
Sven,
is
what
under
you doing,
attack.
man? Why you gotta do this?
They need to push in this top wave here. Let's get the quick wave in. I mean, Darkseer and Jakiro need to make some seriously sick plays here. I don't know how they're going to manage
bought a
it.
refresher orb. Jakiro has
Okay.
bought a... This is not a drill. FNG, here goes the first one.
Darkseer has one as well.
Yeah, what? Oh, in they go with the...
my
Where is he? Where's FNG? He's not there. They've got buyback. All right, let's try this again, boys. You got the refresher. Just wait 20 seconds. Might not have a chance. There goes the first one. Okay, refresher is in. Here we go. Ice Path comes down. The second one goes down, and then comes the Macropyre as well. But it's just not enough. It is not enough. They didn't even get the... Where's the second wall? Oh, it's there. It's just not doing anything. All right. All right. Okay. Well,
Can they finish the game in time?
I think they probably
They
can.
relocated out
Why?
just to heal up.
Okay. Get back in there, boys. Come on. Finish this one up.
Dire's
Look,
middle
the Sven and the Ember.
Yeah,
are
there
up
you go.
still.
The GG is called.
Okay.
They're not going to try it. They realize that it would just be pouring a cup of water onto our house fire. This game is over in a bit of a cloudy fashion. FlyToMoon will finish it out. I love the ambition from the guys there. You know, just getting those refresher orbs out, trying to see what they could make happen. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough. A little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of a misplay there. But I mean, in the long grand scheme of things, it didn't really matter. It was just a bit of fun to end the game on. FlyToMoon do take the victory over Gambit, 43 kills to 36 in a 57-minute long game. The first game today, which didn't go over an hour for us, which is very disappointing. But there you go, still a bit of a marathon run. But FlyToMoon pretty much always in the... Well, look at that graph. Look at that graph. That is...
I want to look at the Gyro's net worth. Because look at like the
I want to see the
15 to
damage.
25 minute mark. Look at the 50 to 25 minute mark. His farm is like, looks like it's going to be amazing, and then he just dies like 3 or 4 times in a row. It's really sad.
Yeah, he was onto a winner there, but yeah, unfortunately in the end. What are our damage
FNG
statistics looking like?
FNG did the most damage on the diet.
My boy Jakiro coming in huge. Yeah, Dahak really struggling to get his damage off in this game.
I mean,
yeah,
he got
FNG was
the
above.
Aghanims blessing on FNGs. His Macropyre was owning.
Oh, right, okay. So the refresher orb could have done it in the end, but unfortunately this first Macropyre was goddamn awful. Like, I don't know.
He took the Ice Path talent at 25 as well. So
Oh, what?
yeah,
How are you going to make the players... If you get double refresher orb, they're like double Macropyre with the pure damage, that would have just shredded fools. Oh, well.
Yeah,
Well,
you are
memes
very reliant
will
on them
be
just-
dreams.
sitting in the fire though?
With the way that game was going, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah, that's very true. I like how they both bought refresher orb at the end though to try and get some kind of like sick combo going.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was
Jakiro.
saying towards the end there. I was just like,
So good. Yeah.
oh, I still got FNG's picture with his long hair. Oh. I remember.
Yeah,
Do you
I
remember?
actually think Slayer was the MVP on the Spirit Breaker.
Oh,
they all played really well.
Iceberg was pretty sick, but yeah, Slayer for sure. Like, considering how little lockdown they have on the side of FlyToMoon, compare that to how much lockdown it felt they had on FlyToMoon, Yeah, that's your boy Slayer. That was all him, just coming in huge in that one. So, yeah, really well played to him. Really well played to everyone on the side of FlyToMoon, actually. Despite being really far behind, they do manage to find themselves a victory and possibly deny Gambit a spot here. At least maybe sending them towards a playoffs. I'm not sure how the other games are turning out and how all the things are going over in the bracket. But over here, we're going to throw it over to a very short break, and then we're going to be back once again, and this time it is going to be Team Empire versus Na'Vi. This is a big one. Mofarah, what's on line for both these teams right now?
Ooh, good question. Let's have a look. So, we're a game behind the other stream, by the way. Very exciting. Empire are 3-3, Na'Vi are 4-2. So, if Empire lose their last game, it's very likely that they either won't be going, or they'll have to play a tiebreaker, or they won't be going through to the next round. There's so many teams that are very close here in CIS because there's 2 teams that are 1-5 at the moment at the bottom, which means a lot of the games are spread out between the rest of the teams, like a lot of the wins.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
All right, well, we will continue with the madness. We'll give ourselves maybe a 10-minute break, and then we'll be back in with more Dota 2 action here at the TI9 CIS qualifiers. My name is Nomad. He is Mofarah. If you're enjoying the casting, please do throw us a follow. We would love that very much. I'll put our Twitters in the chat and also our Twitch channels as well. And we'll see you very shortly for Na'Vi versus Team Empire. Do not